This is my old blade guide system being used right here. And although it works, I was never completely happy with it. And I just finished a major overhaul to the bandsaw. I changed the upper wheel shaft. And if you'd like to watch that, I made a video. There's a link in the description. But in this video, I'm going to make a new blade guide for this saw. And I already started with the lower one. And that's really basic. It's just a bronze sleeve bearing. And this mainly acts as a thrust bearing. I didn't bother with any side guides down here. Speaking of the thrust bearing, that's what I'm going to start with when I'm doing the upper one. And I'm using a regular seal ball bearing for that. And what I want to do is mount it on a 5/8 inch shaft with the idea that the shaft will move back and forth to accommodate different size blades. Now, to mount the bearing on the shaft, I could go the ultra simple way here and just glue it on with epoxy. But since I've been using the saw for the past 7 years, I know that these thrust bearings wear out fairly quickly and need to be replaced, so I didn't want to go with something as permanent as gluing it on. Instead, I filed a flat spot on the shaft so I could drill a hole. And now I'm going to cut a little bit off the end of that drill bit that I just used to drill the hole and glue that in. And what that does is it provides a stop for the bearing to go against. And now to keep the bearing from coming off the front, I'm going to drill a hole into the end of the shaft and then drive a self-tapping screw in with a washer. With the bearing fixed in place, I can cut the 5/8 inch shaft off to the right length. And then I'll bring it over my belt grinder and get rid of that sharp edge from cutting it. And with that done, I can start working on the guide bar itself. I'm going to be using solid maple for that. And I've got some here in my scrap wood cabinet. And I can cut that down to size here on my temporary table saw. And then the next thing I need to do is I need to make a notch for that 5/8 inch shaft to fit in. And to do that, I'm just going to make a series of cuts, nibbling the material away as I go. The guide bar needs a couple of recesses on the end, and that's for the side guides that slide in and out. And I'm just going to cut those on the table saw again. Here I'm using a quick and dirty tenon jig to hold the stock upright. The side guides are made from solid maple as well. And here I'm cutting a notch for the guide blocks. And once again, I'm just nibbling the material away until the block fits in there correctly. The guide bar also needs a slot on the end so that the side guides can move back and forth to adjust for different blades. And I'm going to do that on the drill press with a 3/8 inch bit, just drilling a series of holes and then drilling out the excess. And that did a reasonable job, but I'm going to tune it up a little bit with a coarse file. Next, I need to drill a hole in each one of the side guides for a 1/4 inch carriage bolt that will go through after. I also need to drill a hole for a screw and a washer that will hold in the graphite guide blocks. And now with the guide bar temporarily clamped in place to the saw, I can install the side guides on the end with a couple of washers and a knob. And then I can adjust the graphite guide blocks. And the nice thing about these is that they can touch the blade. You don't have to leave any space there. Next, I can make a simple retainer for the thrust bearing shaft. And this has a screw up on top that will be kind of loose. And I want to drill out the hole for a hanger bolt below that. And this is threaded 1/4 for the knob that I'm going to use for this. And I'll be able to tighten that up, and that will lock that shaft in the notch. Next, I need to cut a long slot in the guide bar itself. And I'm going to do that on the bandsaw without any blade guide on the top, because I had to remove this one that I had on there temporarily to make this cut. And this is kind of where it goes off the rails a little bit. I filmed the rest of this build, but I somehow misplaced the footage for it. But anyway, I'll run through the highlights. I added rails to the back panel of the saw that will guide the guide bar straight up and down. And those are just strips of plywood screwed on. And now with everything done, the only thing left to do is to try it out and see how it cuts. And even though it doesn't look like it's working any better, it actually is. This guide system is way better than the old one. It's more reliable and it's a lot easier to adjust.